Good evening, boys and girls. So we are back. I apologize for the lack of content the past few days. We had an emergency car issue in Cincinnati with my brother Andy, and we had to run up there. His little tracks was running rough and check engine light and just all kinds of problems. So we went up there and did ignition coils, spark plugs, new catalytic converter, O2 sensor. Found the flex pipe was rotted in one section, so we taped that until we can get a new one. New rear shocks, new front strut assemblies, so the strut, the spring, and the top hat, and rotors and pads on the front. Also cleaned the mass airflow sensor, put an air filter in it, put new wipers on it, pretty much rebuilt the car in 2 days. It was like 40 degrees and raining. We had a big tent over it and it was nasty, but we are back. So today, Mr. Ron has been doing bodywork. Bodywork has begun on the thing, which is a huge moment for the thing. So like I've been telling you, a lot of all metal, some Duraglass, some Bondo, just really kind of whatever it dictates that it needs is what it's getting. But for a first coat, and now mind you, none of this has been sanded, so don't freak out. All of the silver or the gray is the all metal, where it's been put on so far. We have it down here. We got a lot of sanding to do. You've got it here, all in here, over here. We also have on the front, there were some issues here. We got a little bit of Bondo here. You've got like here, all down the side. Wheel wells looking good. We'll get that all cleaned up. And then we got some of these spots, just anything and everything that it needed. Under the dash, the blue is Duraglass. Trying to make this as strong as we can. I think it's way the hell better than it was. I don't think by any means that it's bad. We did this whole section here. You did the corners here, right there. You've also got it here. You got some Bondo there. We got the wheel wells. Again, a lot of sanding. But down the sides, I don't know if you guys can pick this up or not, but this here, down the quarter. So that's what we have in that department. Bodywork has started, which is absolutely fantastic. I still would like to paint this in a month if I can possibly do it. What else? Tomorrow, this is the rear passenger wheel well. I need to clean all this up. So tomorrow I'm going to grind all this out and get all that done. And then you can probably see my marks here where I'm going to cut. Just for starters, just a starting cut. We'll probably go up into here, but I'm going to cut this out tomorrow and get it all cleaned up and hopefully get the new panel, which is back there, that guy right there, get it installed here and then kind of go from there. Once I get this one in and right and totally welded up and ready to go, then I'll move up here and we'll do this one. I also have the pieces made for this. So that'll be the majority of the rest of the rot on this car removed. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, it's all done and cleaned up and, being all metalled and seam sealed and all the things. So this is what I got. Ron did, before he did all this, he spent a day metal conditioning. That's why you see some brown areas. We'll see like here. That is vinegar and water and metal conditioner. So we're getting there. Doing it right. Pretty much this whole thing got that bath, which is not an easy thing to do. But we are getting there. Here's the frame. It's a little dusty, but it's been sitting outside. But we are getting there. I did receive the new headlight buckets from Mike at thingparts.com. Thank you again, Mike. Can't stress to you enough how much this guy saved my butt. So one day, probably in the next couple weeks, we'll do the front fenders, get them cleaned up, bodywork, metalworked, and start everything. And then, yeah, we got to get this front panel on, but we didn't want to put this panel on. It's ready to go on. We just didn't want to put it on yet until we got all of this. Because if you can imagine that being right here and trying to, you know, sand all of this by hand would be a little bit of a challenge. And getting in here is a nightmare. So waiting to do that, but it's ready to go on, which is a huge step in the right direction. And yeah, guys, we're winning. If you're wondering what materials we're using, this is the all metal. It's USC 14060 all metal. I get this with the hardener. That's crucial. I've been buying it off of Amazon. It's cheaper there. And then Evercoat Edge Gold Filler for the body filler. And I feel like Duraglass is around there somewhere. But anyway, that's what we're using on this right now. Once this gets sanded down and we really kind of get it close, we're going to use a heavy build primer on it. Probably feather fill, and then block that down, hit any spots we missed or anything that seems a little weird, probably prime it again, block that down, and then I think we're ready for paint. And honestly, paint and undercoat, and that's an interesting deal. So this entire area here, inside of these edges, all right, boom to boom, is going to get undercoated with the bed liner, just like the floor here, okay? These areas take a beating. I want this to survive, and sealing it up like that should really help do that. Now the next little piece, the outside will be painted red, for sure, jams, all of that will be red. The dash will be red, okay, with the black pads. It'll have the glove box door with the radio, so on. Under here, I think I'm gonna undercoat from here up to here. Cut it right here, so all of this is red, this is black. These will be red, I think, but just try to save this. I'm torn on what to do here, black or red, undercoat or red. But I'm definitely undercoating this and this section here because it just needs to not rot away ever again. And we need to seal it up. And I want somebody to have just have a tank. If they want to go off-road and they get caught out in the rain, whatever, it's got more than base coat, clear coat on it to protect it. So, yeah, so it's going to be a smorgasbord of what we do here. Where we cut the lines from the red to the black should be pretty interesting because I want it to look right. So that's the trick. So I'll probably lay it out several times and before I decide on what in the world I'm doing, but I want this to physically look right. Look right and be right. You know, we will have the gas tank goes here. The heater we have, it'll go here. You got your little, whatever that thing is, it goes here. Speakers there and there. Yeah, and then this will have the teak, the wood teak here, as well as the back shelves and the floor. We'll have that on it. So a lot of things, you know, there's a lot more pieces to this than what you're seeing, basically is what I'm getting at. The gas tank filler comes, you know, down and into here. So, I mean, there's a lot of this disappears, really, if you're familiar with things. So, spare tire is supposed to go right here on this rod. So, you know, That's another thing. I don't know if I'm going to put a spare tire in it or not, but if I do, it'll probably be a stock thing as opposed to one of these, because I just don't think that's going to fit width-wise and height-wise in there. So anyway, guys and girls, we are back. We are rolling. I think this Friday I'm going to order new front brake drums, and also the sway bar. I have the sway bar somewhere here. Bushings and clamps. Get the front done. Get the brakes installed here. Hopefully, next week. Get the brake lines finished for the front. And then my next move is going to be right here. I'm going to buy a new clutch and flywheel. Get that in, and then I'm going to move to painting the 10s. And then I think the next thing will be the alternator kit, the chrome alternator kit with this chrome. And after that, I'll get a carburetor, a starter, and probably a little chrome air cleaner or something to make it look right. And then I need an exhaust, and then we're pretty much there. I have plug wires. I have new plugs are in it. Oil's been changed. Timing's been set. Valves adjusted. Valve lash adjusted. All of that is done. Fuel pump has been set. Distributor set. All of that. It's all done. Now it's just a matter of bolting on some of the accessories that the motor didn't come with. And again, I wish I'd have had it from the beginning, but some of this is just buy the parts you need when you need them. Didn't really need it to run yet, so that's why it's kind of been on the back burner here. So I needed suspension and rolling before I needed an engine in it. So that's kind of what we're doing. Yeah, and then I'm gonna buy a fuse block and figure out the rat's nest and see if I can't make some of this work. And the wiring in this actually isn't that bad. It's still physically here, headlights and all that, parking lights running across. I mean, it's in good shape. The rear is back there too. Everything's kind of here. So that'll be next. Your brake light switches, they're all here. Got a little repair to do there, but we'll be really moving in a direction here the next few weeks. You're gonna see this thing in primer probably. That rod will be gone, the front will be on it, and hopefully in the next month, you'll see it red and black. Black bed liner where I told you, and then the exterior all red, and start seeing parts. Hood, front fenders, they'll get body worked, ready to go. New headlight buckets and whatnot, and then we're rolling. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get back in the house, but I wanted to give you an update. Very exciting day. Bodywork has started. This is a long, tedious process, but we're gonna try to do it as fast as we can and as right as we can and get this pig painted. So I will hit you up tomorrow, hopefully with another update on with that being replaced right there, and the wheel well being cleaned up, and you never know where we're gonna get. Ron's gonna be doing body work and whatnot, so should be an interesting morning. So I'll keep you updated. Hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.